What's up, everyone? Today is August 22nd, 2025. We're going to do a portfolio update. We're going to talk about some options and what my, quote, bet, unquote, is on Cracker Barrel. So let's take an overview of the portfolio. I'm up almost 2% today, so a little bit of a spike. That's cool. Past week, pretty flat though. Same with the past month, past 3 months, and then 2025 up almost 5%. So not too bad. Let's look at some pending orders. So these ULTY calls, I keep trying to sell them. They no one's really biting. You can see I have one of them held. I have 700 shares altogether that I own. So that gives me a chance to sell calls on 7 options. So right now I have one option already went through. It's at the $6 strike price, set to expire on 8/29 at the end of the month in a week. And right now I'm trying to sell the rest of them. So you can see up here, pending orders. No one was biting for next week, so I just decided to spread them out where I put in an order for next week at the $6 strike price. I did one for next month at the $6 strike price, and another one, same expiration, just a higher strike price of $6.50. So maybe if I push those further out, people on the other end of that deal will think that those it gives it more time to hit or not that strike price, and maybe these will execute. I'm not sure, but they're all good for days. So I'm trying to spread them out a little bit further out and see if it makes a difference. Let's talk about Cracker Barrel. So you can see here CBRL, that's Cracker Barrel. Yesterday they announced that they're changing their logo. They're getting rid of Uncle Herschel and his barrel, and they're simplifying it. It looks cleaner, but it's also like an announcement pretty much that they're moving away from that old country store feel, which is the whole point of going to Cracker Barrel, is so that you get that good southern home cooking with like antiques on the walls and that feeling of like of the past. You know, you don't go to an antique store looking for sleek modern designs. It's just different things. That's like Coca-Cola changing their logo or Ford changing their logo. Like, it's been like that been that way for like 100 years. Some things is just better. If it's not broke, don't fix it. So I'm betting against Cracker Barrel and the changes they're making. They claim they're not like really changing the menu, but their interiors in some places have already changed to like that fresher gray modern looking paint, although they are doing like more comfortable seating and stuff like that instead of everything being like hard backed wooden chairs. I'm fine with that, but yeah, their CEO, I think she missed the mark on this one, definitely. So that's why I'm betting against them. Their stock dropped like 7% in one day. It's crazy. So what I'm gonna do, or what I did, was I immediately sold a credit spread betting against them, and we'll take a look at that. See that CBRL $60 was the lower strike price, $2.50 was the higher strike price. This is expiring in about a month. Let's look at that spread. The chart you're seeing here is the value of that spread over time. So I have one option strategy currently placed or currently filled. That's my position. There's two legs to it. There's that lower strike price and the upper strike price. My break-even point is $60.65. Cracker Barrel is currently at $54.93. I have I'd say a healthy amount of dollars for Cracker Barrel to climb before I hit my break-even price. So I'm feeling pretty good about this. If it gets real close, we can always roll this out, or examine this strategy again. So we'll keep an eye on this. So things with options, you have to pay attention to what you're doing and actively manage them and stay on top of them. It's not as set and forget it as say selling a put or selling a call, where you don't care if you get into or out of the underlying stock. But in this case, we do want to pay more attention to these credit spreads. So I received $65 to get into this, and if everything goes well, it will never go above that $60.65 strike price, and the spread expires worthless, and I get to keep the full $65 credit. Alternatively, I could always buy back this spread early, a little bit early, once the price drops, and take the profit of who knows, maybe it'll be $60, maybe it'll be $50, I don't know. So take a profit early just to close the position and get out of that without risking the price wildly swinging as it gets onto the expiration date. So that's my spread, and we can take a peek at Cracker Barrel. Pretty flat today. Past week, you can see that drop. Down 10% the last week. Look at that. August 20th, and the next day, August 21st. Huge drop, about 7% drop. Founded in 1969. What's funny is that their listed name is Cracker Barrel Old Country Store. I think the CEO, Julie Fells Messino, never read their full name. Very funny. And you can see I like how Robinhood has the little news blurbs right there. Give you a little more information about the context. So that's my bet against Cracker Barrel, and showing you how you can, quote, bet, unquote, against a company where it's pretty obvious that their stock's gonna drop. So pretty interesting stuff you can do with options to really show which direction you think the stock's gonna go. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. Please give this a like and consider subscribing. I'll see you next time.